Shaggy the Matey coming back at you. Know what you're thinking? It ain't another fuel video. This time we're going to talk about how to drive your stick shift front wheel drive car. And I mean really drive, guys. I ain't talking about we're going to go through town. We're going to go red light to red light and I'm going to leave Zatarans down through there. Nope, we're talking about the people that ain't playing in the ballpark at a factory fuel pump. Remember we was talking about that? We're talking about people that got 800 plus on a factory transmission. I'll even do you one better. 600 horsepower on a factory transmission with O'Reilly axles. Now, old Mr. Norwood here. Hope you watch this anytime you get nervous, baby. Had an issue with this transmission, axles, car in general. Bless his heart, he's learning. I love it. Golly, I love being there rooting people on. Started out life with a spool. 5.9s. We'll call it LS gear set, shit, whatever. Got in that thing. Never had a turbo Honda before his life. Boy, and he's happy. In there rooting on. What do you do when you get in there, man? You get nervous. Kind of don't think about what you're doing. You start playing different ballparks, you got to think about what you're doing before you do it. And sometimes you ain't got time to think. You're reacting. Like when a car gets loose down the track. Cannot stress this enough. This is the greatest way to explain this. I have my hand out here just like this, right? Say you got a sledgehammer. You fixing to whack the shit out of that hand. But I want you to set that hammer on my hand or rear all the way back to Timbuktu before you smack it. I think I'd rather you have that sledgehammer sit right on my hand. That way it just pushes, right? Instead of smacking that thing and breaking all my fingers with my hand and everything. And my axle's the same way, guys. Differential, gear set, wherever the weakest link is. Input shaft, output shaft, bearings, case, is going to find it. So what can you do to set your sledgehammer right there and not rear back to Timbuktu? I'll show you. I am getting pretty old. Getting a little harder to get in these old cages. Ooh, baby. Ah. So, in this old girl, and I don't have no way of setting this phone up. And I pretty well made a rule I ain't going to edit no videos since I started this. You getting everything in real time and real world. There ain't no I'm on the beach and dancing around acting like a party and somebody hits that little red button and then everybody loses their tempo and goes back to normal where it's miserable. I ain't going to do that. Real world, real life. This is me and you're you. Get in there. Say you did your burnout. Coming in there to the beams at a red light. What you're going to do is you're going to put that baby in gear. Put her in gear. Now, you're going to let out on that clutch till the car starts to just barely inch forward. You're going to hold that puppy right where she's at. You're going to grab his e-brake right here and you're going to hold that thing with dear life. You're going to choke that chicken like it was the first time you ever choked one. Hold that thing there. But you got to remember to always keep your finger on that button because when you let that clutch loose and you ain't got your finger on that button, you're going to be dragging them back tires. Ain't good for nobody. You get laughed at. So, car's trying to pull. Right now, the car's trying to ease forward. We're slipping our clutch. We're doing all the things that Mom and Daddy told us not to do and all of our buddies. And that, putting heat in the clutch. You just don't want to do that. You just thinking that's bad on stuff. It ain't for what you're trying to do right now. So we're holding this car back. We got everything right there barely pulling forward. What this car's going to feel like, depending on what suspension and stuff you got, you're going to feel that car kind of do this number. It's trying to pull. I mean, almost like you're hooked to a tree for you rednecks. Trying to pull there a little bit. That right there is where you want to stay. You want to give it just enough clutch to where that thing's pulling, but not so far out on that pedal that thing's inching forward. That's what this old girl's for right here. Do not override your brakes. It's easy to do. It's a feel thing. Here we go, here we go. Here comes the lights. They're coming down on the last yellow. Not the green, on the last yellow. You let go of that clutch and I mean absolutely let that thing go. You make sure that your knuckles hit that thing right there cool all the way down. You're not going to be dragging the e-brake down the track if you do it that way. Let's face it, you're in a front-wheel drive car. It's going to be blowing the tires off if you're making any kind of power. Even if you got slicks, baby, it's still going to be spinning there just a little bit. You've got time to come off this and grab this and be ready for your 1-2 shift. Your car is not fast enough for you to be late on your 1-2 shift. If you think you're late on it, your car was spinning too much. Or maybe you didn't have enough wheel speed before you went to second. And I bet you your time slip tells you so. Just try it one time. Let it ride out there a little bit further in first gear before you grab second. And get back to me. See you, bye.